goodness, we are back in the building. First and foremost, welcome. If this is your first time, I always say this, buckle up, because there's always some gems drop. If you're coming back and you're always here, you know what to expect. But this next person I'm gonna bring on, really, I don't even want to check in and let you know what I've been going through, because I want to get to the person that I'm about to bring on, a man that's forever changed my life, changed the way I saw life, changed my perspective in life. And every time that I talk to him, I always gain just another step in life. I found out that I was becoming stronger being next to this guy, and to coach with him, to play with him, to play for him, to give him everything I had. There's nothing better than this next guest I have coming up. He's one of the strongest men I know. My good friend, my brother, I love you to death. Welcome on, everybody, Chuck Pagano.
What's up, Ray? I love you too, man. You know, we said these relationships when we started them were for life, right? I love you for life. You know that. That's why we do what we do. It's about people. It's about relationships. And what an honor it is to be on with you. Thanks for having me.
Coach, listen, first and foremost, let me just say this, right? Thank you, man. Seriously, because we go so far back. And the knowledge that I was able to obtain through those years that we had, Coach, those were some of the best times of our lives. Just walking in those meetings together, looking at each other together, building a game plan together, and walking out of that room and on that field knowing we was going to do. Why coaching? Why coaching for Coach Pagano?
You know, started for me as a child. You know, I grew up on the sidelines. My dad was a coach, so it's really all I knew. I picking up jocks and socks and towels in the locker room, and watching him, you know, coach high school football and then playing for him, and just something that I've always been around. And you know, he tried to talk me out of it. My little brother's a football coach. He coaches for the Broncos now, and Johnny, and he tried to talk both of us out of it, because he said it's a tough life. It's hard on families. There's a lot of sacrifices that your family's going to make, and you're going to move around. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. And but competition, the prep, what you just talked about, the preparation, the relationships, going to battle, if you will, game day. And then those 5 minutes, those moments in that locker room after unbelievable win. You know, that's why we do what we do. It's for those moments, and it's for the relationships, and it's for the competition, and being able to, you know, you talked about, you know, our time together and what you learned. You know, it's what I learned from you. It's what I learned from all the players that I was so blessed to be around. And to be able to coach, and what you've taught me and what those other players taught me, how you saw the game, you know, because we get into a room and we get on a grease board and we figure, hey, we just do this, and this, and walk in that room. And a lot of times you get that look, you know, I don't know, you know, but then we come to you guys, how do you see this playing out? And then it was so simple. We spent 2.5, 3 hours on one front and coverage, and then we'd walk in the room and ask you guys, and you guys have it fixed in a matter of minutes. So it's the relationships, it's the competition, it's a chance to win. You know, never got to hoist that Lombardi and dance under that confetti, but I saw you do it, and I was with you in spirit. Matter of fact, you knocked us out, you know, the year you guys won it. You had this is only Ray Lewis could do this. You know, you get injured, you announce you're coming back, you announce your retirement. You know, first game back is that wild card game in 2012. I'm the head coach at Indy. And then you got to go dot the I, dance on when they took a knee, and do your dance out there. After that, after you beat us that game, you remember John put you, because it was going to be your last game at M&T, right?
Right.
And you got out there and yeah, this is why I coach.
Yeah.
This, what we got.
Yeah.
And what I've been able to, you know, the relationship that I've had with so many people, players and coaches and staff, that's why.
It's funny because, we speak about confetti and rings and everything, but when people ask me all the time, Coach, they say, what do you miss about the game? And the one thing I say I miss the most is the relationships, right? When we used to walk in those meetings. And I never forget when we left those meetings, when we entered that parking lot and we did what we were supposed to do. It was the best. I'm telling you, Coach, those were some of the best times of my life. Look, let me ask you something, because you spoke about 2012. You spoke about this transition, and I'm going to get to Amici later. But before I get to Amici, when you hear the words Chuck Strong, what do you think about?
Well, obviously it takes me back to that season. And, being getting my first opportunity to be a head football coach. Again, I thank you. I owe you a debt of gratitude, you and your teammates, because you helped me achieve that goal. Now, the stars had to line up just perfect. Mm-hmm. We had that game won. We were going to win that game up in New England. And we know what happened with Lee Evans. That ball got popped out the last second. We missed a field goal, and we end up losing. I remember what you told those guys in the room after the game. Just remember this feeling, because we're going to be back here next year. We're going to be right back here next year, and we will finish the job this time. And you did. But had we won that game, I would have never been able to talk to those guys in Indy. I would have never been able to interview because of the rules. And so the stars lined up just perfect. But when you talk, think about Chuck Strong, I think about all that we went through in that first season, how I was diagnosed, fourth week of the regular season with leukemia, and had to step away for 12 weeks and go through treatment. And then to try to watch that whole thing organically, grow into what it's grown into today. It was just humbling. It was so humbling just to know that the football community, the NFL, the players, the families, people I knew, people I didn't know, the support that I received, the encouragement that I received. Just my first game away, we're playing Green Bay at home, and Bruce Arians had taken over as the interim head coach, and I'm watching from the hospital bed down the street at Simon Cancer Center, and there's all the players got Chuck Strong T-shirts on, and I'm like, what is that? And it wasn't just the Colts players, the Green Bay players had that shirt on, and then you see the banners, and then Tina came back after she went to sell T-shirts for Breast Cancer Awareness month, and she's got these wristbands and stuff, and so I just think that I'm really, really blessed to be here today. I'm blessed to see that thing through. I'm blessed to come out of the other side of it, and then just really blessed to be able to give back now through our Chuck Strong Gala, and help and encourage others that are going to battle, because as well as I do that cancer doesn't discriminate, and it touches all of us in some way, shape, or form. And so now we got a chance to give back and help others get through their battle.
Yeah, you know what, Coach? I'm glad you said that. And you look, we've been through a tough time, right? As a world, as a nation, we've just been through a lot. And you going through that. I remember when the calls and the texts that we have every other day with each other, and we just always stayed in contact. Somebody else is going through something. Somebody's going through a trying time. What would be your advice for somebody who's going through something that you had to overcome yourself?
You have to believe. We always said, faith is believing in what you can't see, and the reward for believing is that you'll get to see it. And so I think when you first hear those words, you have cancer, it's like getting hit over the head with a 2x4, because we never think it's going to be me. You hear about a loved one, you hear about a family member, a friend, this, that, and the other, but you never think it's going to be you. So right when you hear that, you want to go there. You want to, maybe start to have a little pity party for yourself. And, why me? First year head coach, my opportunity of a lifetime, and now this. And then I'll remember we lost to Jacksonville, 80-yard touchdown pass. We took the lead late in the game. Andrew took us down the field. This was third week of the regular season before I got sick and had to go get treatment. We took the lead against Jacksonville. There's 52 seconds left in the game. Touchback, and they're 80 yards away, and Blaine Gabbert hit Cecil Shorts on a skinny post. We were in cover 2, and he split us. And we ended up losing that game. And we went in the locker room, and I said a few words to the team, and Robert Mathis had called up the team. And I remember these words because they helped me, and they'll help anybody else. He goes, "Hey, look, there's no pity parties in life, and there's no pity parties in football. We'll come in tomorrow, we'll watch this film, we'll put it behind us, and we'll move on." And so that moment when I sat in front of that oncologist at Simon Cancer Center, and he told me what I had, and then I started to go there. Why me? I thought about what Robert said. Ain't no pity parties. So I just looked that doc in the face and I said, "All right, what's my chances? Give me the game plan, and we're gonna kick cancer's ass. Just tell me what I got to do." So it's a mindset. It's a mindset. Now you got to go through the chemo and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
And I had good friends, like yourself, and people tell me, just encouraging you, and prayer and how powerful prayer is. And I just, Kevin Elko, my good buddy, told me, he said, just when you wake up every morning, just keep asking God to heal you. When you go to bed, do the same thing. And then about halfway through, he told me, he said, start thanking God for healing you. And I said, I'm not done yet. He goes, just trust me on this. Wow. So it's a mindset. You have to believe.
Yeah.
You have to know you're going to go, you're going to get through it. The good Lord gave you everything that you need to get through this battle. And find a why. I mean, I had, I always talked, about, Tina, my 3 daughters, I signed up for that for life. Mm-hmm. She's sitting right next to me. And I said, I gotta win this battle.
Yeah.
I gotta be there for my wife and for my kids and my granddaughters, and my vision was, beat cancer, walk 2 more daughters down the aisle, dance at their weddings, and hoist that Lombardi. Now we beat cancer. I walked 1 daughter down the aisle. I got 1 to go. Dance like hell at her wedding. You know that. I can dance, Ray. And I had the sweetest pair of Ferragamos on. I got me some Gamos, but I never got to hoist that Lombardi. But I'll take my health and my family over that any day.
Absolutely. Coach, listen, man, your transparency, I'm telling you, you inspire me every day. And we know this because me and you talk about this all the time. But you transition now, and now you're into something that I think a lot of people would want to know. Tell me about this cycling world that you're involved in now.
The Peloton world, man. Wow. It's a game changer. Now, every time, it's crazy. People on this that are listening got to know that every time I think I've done something really good, and I send you like my ride and how far I went, and calories I burned, and how long, and then you shoot me back a video, you had just got a flat tire. I don't know if you remember the last one you sent me. You just got a flat tire, and you had your device out, and you put it up to the screen, and I looked at the deal, 3.5 hours, 65 mile, something crazy, right? And you said, I'm just getting ready to cut. I'm just getting warmed up. And I said, holy cow. But I got on that Peloton, my wife bought me one 3 years ago, and I love that thing. And then I went and got me a couple bikes, and I love riding outdoors. I love the peace. I love, like when we go back to Idaho in the summer and go to Boise, and I get on that trail on the green belt and ride by that river, and you get those headphones in, 2 hours goes like that, right? Like that. But it's just you and the road. Yeah. You against the road and yourself. Yeah. And so much time to to
Yeah.
clean this thing out,
Yeah.
right? And go through all the things that you're going,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's amazing, but I love it. It's
It's a
keeping me
game.
young, man. It's keeping me
That's
young.
why
60's the new 40.
60's the new 40. Coach,
Yeah.
Coach, listen to me. I love you, but 60 is 60. 60 ain't no new 40. Ain't no new.
Oh, you got to go. Okay. You'll see. You'll
When
see. Are you in Florida right now?
Yes, I'm in Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So anytime you wanna pack up the bike.
I'm gonna put the bike on the back of the car. I'm gonna load that baby up, and you'll see 60's the new 40. I'm gonna try to ride you right into the damn dirt, right into the ground.
Tell me.
You got your people following you. They take care of me. I know they want Ray to get run off the road. Nobody gonna run Chuck Strong off the road. They can't get us.
Not together.
I can't wait to do it.
Not together. We will have a blast doing it. Yeah. Tell me about these Chicago Bears and Khalil Mack. That's a special player you got over there.
Yeah, no, he's a phenomenal. He's a great player, but he's a better person. You know, all the great teammates that you had and that you played with in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Selfless guys.
Yeah.
That no ego, didn't care about who got the credit, came in with the beginner's mentality, like you came in every year. Mm-hmm. You heard under 63 Sky how many times on the input? Huh? I mean, 17 years, but he's the same way. He'd come in the same way, and he pretended like he never heard that call before.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what separated you, and made you a gold jacket, Hall of Famer. And that's how Khalil is. But he's a great person, man. He's a great teammate. He's very, very selfless. He doesn't care about, who gets the credit. Everybody's wondering, where's the sack production, this, that, and the other. They got to watch the tape and see this guy getting doubled and triple teamed every single snap.
Yeah.
And he don't care. He fights and he will battle and he'll play the run.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a special dude, and that's a great organization. I was blessed to be a part of that for the last 2 years. And the Chicago. You think about the '85 Bear defense, 2000 Raven defense. I mean, those are two of the most prolific. And we weren't bad in 11. Now,
no, we was not bad.
No, 2-11. We were pretty good.
We were really,
we were pretty good. And it wasn't because of coaching. It was because of players. It's always been about the players.
Yeah.
It's always been about the players. But that's a special organization, a special place where, George Stanley Hallis, that's where football started over 101 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. I tell you what, I got to ask you this because we got a big game coming up. We got a really big game coming up. We got the old wise one in Tom Brady, and we got this young lion, Patrick Mahomes. How do you see this game? How do you see this game playing out? Where's the edge? Who has the edge? Where's the X factors gonna come from? Catch me up from coach's brain. See, I used to love getting in your brain because I wanted to hear how you saw the game. So tell me how you see this game coming up. Super Bowl 55.
Yeah, it's gonna be a heck of a game, and the storylines are unbelievable, like never before. You're talking about, the GOAT.
Yeah.
Okay, and you called the young one the young lion. Going for Super Bowl number 2. Tom going for number 7. Can you imagine 20 years of playing ball, 43 years, and this is his 10th Super Bowl? And you've been twice, right? You got 2 rings, right?
Yeah, and I went
over 17 years, right?
Yeah.
That's like unfathomable.
See, it's one thing about me. It's one thing about me and my run. I'm undefeated. Right? And in 4 and in 6 quarters, because we know defense, in 6 quarters, in my Super Bowls, we didn't give up a touchdown. So when I go
defense,
and that's why I'm asking you, who has the edge. Who has the edge in Super Bowl 55, Coach? Talk to me. Tell me something.
Obviously, when they played earlier in the season, it was a 3-point game.
Yeah.
And I know this. I work with Todd Bowles, the defensive coordinator at Tampa. Yeah. He's a brilliant coach, Ray. I mean, he is special, man. And we worked at Cleveland together. And I know one thing. He's not going to let the cheetah go for 200 yards, okay, in the first quarter. That ain't going to happen again. Okay? That ain't going to happen again. And so to me, if I'm Tampa, we played Tampa on Thursday Night Football this year. We were fortunate enough to get away with a 1-point victory in Chicago. And it was a heck of a game. And we made a play in a 2-minute drive, to get on a knee and win that game. But I'm not going to let that guy beat me. I'm not going to let Kelsey beat me. Yeah. I'm going to let my front four. Because they got four that can get after the quarterback.
They got to earn their money. They got to earn their money.
No, they got to go. They got to go the long hard way. Yeah. And they got to let those guys go after Patrick. They they do a great job. But I'm not letting number 10 get behind me. He gonna have somebody over the top of him. They can put Carlton on him, but he gonna have somebody over the top of him. You stay over the top of him, and then you go put a safety, put an athlete on Travis, and tiger him, hit him before if he's anywhere near the core, okay, and on the line of scrimmage, if he's not split out or whatever, but before you start rushing, get some hands on him. Make life miserable. Go back to take a page out of, Belichick's playbook when he would just, whoever that guy was on that team, whoever that game wrecker was, and we were together, we'd come in on Tuesday or Wednesday, say, okay, these are the game wreckers. Yeah. And these are the guys that we are not going to let beat us. Yeah. Chad Johnson, when Ocho Cinco was in his prime at Cincy, we weren't going to let Chad beat us. No. And we were going to bang him and roll up to him and play cover 2 to him and squat. You remember that one game that Rex put that plan together, and Ocho, after first quarter, he was like done. He was so frustrated. But you got to make sure that Tyreek don't beat you. Try to do the best you can to make him go the long hard way, and then keep Patty on the bench. They can run the football. Okay, Bruce knows how to run the football. He'll run 22 and 23 duel until the cows come home. I've been with them.
Fournette, they got a nice little duel.
They got Jones, they got Fournette, so they can pound the rock, and then they got the play action off of it, and they're going to have 6 and 7 man protection, 2 and 3 man routes. They're going to have a late check down, and nobody better than Tom, at executing that. And if you look at that last game, championship game, shoot, he was like 7 of 8, 8 and 9 on third down to start that game against Green Bay. I mean, they converted 3rd and 14. There's no way you convert 3rd and 14 in Lambeau, right? Boom. Yeah. Wide receiver screened, I think, to Godwin or somebody. I think it was to Chris, So I'm gonna run the football. BA, he's gonna take his shots down the field. No risk it, no biscuit. He's gonna sling that thing down the field. But you win a time of possession. All right, you win third down. All right, and you win the takeaway. You take the ball away a couple times. Don't let them beat you deep. That's how Tampa wins that game.
That's how Tampa wins that game. So I'm not going to say you leaning with Tampa, but you explain the great game plan for Tampa.
Well, BA and I go back now.
Oh, okay. I love it. I love it.
So I was fortunate enough, that first year in Indy. Yeah. He was at Pittsburgh. He was the OC. We had all them battles against, Pittsburgh.
Yeah. My gosh.
08 and all those. You remember how many plays Big Ben and Santonio Holmes made at the end of games? It seemed like those three games we played in 2008. It was always a plaster of play, a scramble play. This Mahomes can do, the way he can extend plays. Yeah. They're unbelievable. That's how they're going. That's how they're going to win. If it's not there early, then they got to cover for another 5, 6, 7 seconds, and it's almost impossible to cover those guys that long. But BA and I go back, obviously. A matter of fact, Todd Bowles was on that same staff, and BA was the offensive coordinator. 2001 Browns, my first job in the NFL with Butch Davis. And so, he was my offensive coordinator. He was semi-retired, when I called him and I said, "Cuz, what you doing?" No, he always liked to call everybody Cuz. I said, what are you doing? You retired? He said, "Hey, Cuz, it just depends what you're talking about." I said, "Well, get up here and let's roll." He goes, all right. So he come in, interview, and didn't interview. I mean, it was just to try to talk him into coming out of semi-retirement, But when I got sick, he took over. Those 12 weeks I was gone, and when I was battling down there, and he led that team. They went 9-3 in that stretch. We were ranked 32 out of 32 in the power rankings. Peyton Manning was gone.
Yeah.
Gary Brackett, Dallas Clark, Jeff Saturday. I mean, the whole place was blown up.
Yeah.
Myself, rookie head coach, a rookie quarterback coming in, and Andrew Luck, rookie GM. We weren't supposed to win a game. And he goes out there, and the rest of that team goes out there, and that's another reason I got well. Just watching them play week in and week out, 7 fourth quarter comebacks, but BA held the fort down. He carried the torch, and that story about leaving the light on. He turned that light on in my office, and I never went out till I got back. And
wow.
So I got Clyde Christensen was on my staff. He's the quarterback coach there. Joey Gilbert, offensive line. Harold Goodwin was offensive line on that first staff. So, you can say I'm going to be rooting for the Bucks and BA.
I hear you.
I'm retired. What are they going to come? They can't eat me. I always said that as a head coach. They said, "Are you worried about losing your job?" They said, "What are you talking about? You talked earlier about perspective, right?"
Yeah.
Okay, we've been through some stuff.
Yeah.
We understand perspective. You used to always say we're playing and coaching a kid's game.
Yes, sir.
Let's don't make it anything more than that.
It's not. It's nothing more than that.
There's some real life stuff going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Real life.
So let's just keep it what it is. And keep things in perspective. And so, even after I came through that, and they were calling for my head and Andy, this, that, and the other. You're worried about my job.
Right.
I said, "Man, they can't eat me." I said, "They can fire me, but they can't eat me." all good. So right now, if I want to root for BA, they got to come to Zionsville here. They got to come to Zionsville. I got my wife Tina over there.
I'm gonna say this.
My back.
Look, I'm gonna say this. I Kansas City rough. They rough because look, you double Tariq, right? Play 55. Put somebody on them. But there's another guy that just came back. Not Harmon. But there's another guy that just came back, Sammy Watkins.
Yeah.
That if you leave Sammy Watkins one-on-one, I'm just saying they got a lot of pieces, Chuck. And we're in an offensive game, right? And one of the things that you said clearly, right? Like I like Tampa defense. Them linebackers, the way them linebackers playing defense in Tampa, oh man, that's the way you play football. But football is no longer played like that. Remember, I used to look at you and say, "Coach, look at here. Put me in that free spot. So when somebody come across this middle, his head coming with it."
I go, so the truth be known, okay. Hey, Ray, what you like here? Ray, what you like right here? Let's go Raider.
Go
Raider.
Free me up,
so
Coach.
For everybody on this call, what Ray was free. Ray didn't have anything but see ball, get ball. When you talk about that sweet spot, yeah, Ray, I love Raider. I'm with you. I'm down with that.
Oh man!
We call something bad. Oh, when I hear it, I just hope we get out of a drive. You remember? You went after me one game. I didn't even call it. Rex was the coordinator. You remember in Cincinnati?
Yes. Do I remember?
3rd and 3, Cincy won train.
Do I remember it? What I told you.
Tell that story. We got time to tell that story?
I said, "Don't ever take me out the middle."
You go, "Don't take the best middle linebacker in football out the middle of the defense. That's Marvin Lewis over there. He knows this defense. He put that call in. You don't do that. I said, hey. I said, Rex is right down there. He calls in the defense. Go tell Rex. No, we can't do that. I said, okay, I'll talk to him. He said, the minute you walked up on the right side and they handed it off to the running back, they got the first by that much. You almost still stopped them. And then we got out of the drive later on. You came on. That's my favorite all-time Ray Lewis story, man. You call that and you were jumping down my throat. Hey, but listen, back to your point, right? Sammy's coming back, seeing Hardman. I mean, they got a ton of weapons, right? But you got to say, okay, public enemy number 1 and public enemy number 2 and 3, okay? 10, all right, 87.
Yeah.
All right, they ain't beat me. This quarterback, we're going to do what we have to do to take care of him. We're going to hunt him, all right? And you beat me with those other cats. You beat me with those other cats.
Yeah.
Okay. And that hat, and Todd will do a great job of moving that hat around. We always talked about hard down on somebody, you know, and every call that hat is going to fall on somebody.
Yeah.
You know, and I know whoever's following or covering that number 10 is going to have a hard hat for a lot, for, you know, like you said, KC can play defense. Spags is a hell of a coach now.
Yeah. Cause I need you to talk about Spags right quick and Honey Badger. Give me Spags and Honey Badger.
Spags is really, really good. And you know, he's gonna come after you. He's gonna pressure Tom, and he does a great job of designing these pressures. A lot of replacement zone pressures, as we know. Mm-hmm. You know, 4 strong to 4 weak. They do a great job of disguising and moving around, and Honey Badger's all over the place. And he's going, and Tom's seeing. You remember us preparing for Tom, and we'd come in on Wednesday. Remember, we all the signals we'd change, all this we'd change, all that we change, because Tom knows he's going to see us go like this. He's going to know it's box. He's going to see this. He's going to know it's Raider. We got to change. And by Friday, what did we do?
Same thing.
We went back because we were screwing ourselves up.
Same thing. We went back to the same thing.
So he's going to do what he does, but he does a great job. You know, he's going to stop the run. He's going to force you into 3rd and long, and then he's going to bring it. And he'll bring the man pressures, and he'll bring the zone pressures. He'll bring the overloads, and he finds a way. He does a great job attacking protections, and he'll find a way to get some free runners, as we used to call them back in the day. And Honey Badgers, what a great. I mean, he reminds you of Eddie. You know, there's only one Eddie Reed, but a guy that's got great instincts, great football IQ, great football intelligence, and the way he plays the game. Yeah. The Honey Badger, man, is he fun to watch. He's a great football player. He loves to play.
He is a great football player.
Yes, he's so instinctive.
Yeah, but before I let you go, I want you to answer this question for me. Why don't most mountain climbers never reach the top?
Because they look up.
Explain.
So whatever you're going through, you know, life's going to come at you, right? Mm-hmm. But these guys, when you study these guys, and you know, you read these books on these and watch these documentaries on, you know, people that have scaled Everest and made it to the top, and there's one out called Meru, MERU, that's unbelievable. Mm-hmm. But most of the time, what happens to these mountain climbers is they get going, and what happens is they look up. And they see, you know, Everest, 29,035 feet, right? And they might be at camp 2 or camp 3, and they look up and they just start doubt just starts to creep in their mind. There's no way, I can't do this. I'm not strong enough. I'm not mentally tough enough. You know, so the whole key is, no matter what you're going through, whether you're fighting COVID right now, the injustices in our world, disease, a game, climbing a mountain, no matter what it is, you don't look up. Remember we used to say process.
Yes, sir.
In a game, 60 minutes, all you got, one play at a time, don't judge. Don't look up. Don't look up. All you have to do is just try to find the next crevice to stick your fingers in. Okay, and the next foothold. And just keep climbing. And just keep believing. And you'll get to the top. And I don't care what you're doing in life. And I don't know what, all the adversity, everything that our world and our country's going through right now. You have to believe, you have to have faith, but you can't ever quit. Negu, Negu, never, ever give up. So when you asked me earlier about people battling, like battling cancer, battling COVID, whatever, never, ever give up. You fight. You fight. And you just keep climbing.
Yeah.
You know, I might screw this up, but they asked, Abe Lincoln's advice on how to chop down a tree. If you had 6 hours to chop down a tree, he said, I spend 4 hours sharpening my axe. So it comes back to preparation.
Absolutely.
You better prepare for that climb. You better prepare for that climb, and then just don't look up. It's going to be tough. You're going to get knocked down.
Yeah.
But dust yourself off. Yeah. Pick yourself up, and you keep fighting, and you keep scratching, and you keep clawing, and serve, and give back. Give to others. Do right by others. Encourage people, and I guarantee you, you'll climb that mountain. You'll get to the top.
Chuck Pagano, you are absolutely amazing, my brother. I love you. Thank you for the brotherhood, the friendship, the fatherhood, everything you taught me from a coaching perspective. And I knew once we got on here, I knew the knowledge that was going to be brought. But I heard it again, because, in cycling, sometimes you want to look up instead of staying connected to that pedal. And sometimes you got to stay connected for the next opportunity instead of looking up. My man, I love you, brother. Thank you so much for this awesome opportunity, man. And we'll be in touch, but it just don't get no better. I still got my T-shirt, Chuck Strong. It'll never change.
Hey, Ray, I love you too. And we have this saying, I'm not the man that I want to be, but I'm sure glad I'm not the man I used to be.
Yes, sir.
And you helped me get to where I'm at. And you've taught me, and you've taught a lot of people a lot of great stuff. You've inspired the masses. So keep inspiring the masses.
Yeah.
All right. Keep pushing. You're making an impact. You're changing lives, and you're changing the world. And I know you made me a better man and a better coach and a better father and all those things. And I'm grateful for that. And I love you for life. And there's nothing that I would not do for you or your family. You know how to get me.
I do. The next time we see each other, it'll be on a bike ride.
Yeah. You'll be looking at this wavy hair the whole time, the backside. So I'm going to be out front. Well, now we got to work that Peloton a little bit. I can't talk no trash. I think I got you by what, 20 years? Huh?
You do got me you got me by 15 years.
15? Are you 45?
45.
Damn, Shug. You getting up there. I might have a chance.
If 60 is the new 40, well, what's the new 45?
That depends. If you still got them deck of cards out,
you're
doing your push-ups and your sit-ups and your pull-ups and all that. I live
it. It's a lifestyle. I live it. It can't change. I'm always hunting, Chuck. I'm always hunting.
It's 60 years. I told you 60 the new 40. That's just oh, I love you, man.
I love you, man. Thank you so much, Coach. I appreciate you, man.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely,
man.
Absolutely.
Take care.
Oh my goodness. You know what? You know what? It's those relationships that people ask me all the time, do I miss the game? But I tell you, you can never miss the game when you have relationships like that. But I'm gonna give you some quick thoughts because I want to kind of jump into it really quick based off some stuff that we said, that we both shared, right? The principles, 3 principles: determination, grit, and gratitude. I want you to carry something with you no matter what we're going through in life as people. And I want you to understand that if you wake up with determination, listen to me carefully. If you wake up with determination, you go to sleep with satisfaction. The person that gets out of his bed most of the times before the sun rises are usually the most successful ones because their determination to not stay sleeping. Now watch this, because we're in a different era. Be determined not to just get up every day and the first thing you grab is your phone. Be determined to get up and think about what's my purpose of the day. What do I need to get accomplished in today? Listen to this. Let me tell you something about grit. Grit is living life like it's a marathon, not a sprint. Everybody wants to move so fast. But let me tell you, grit, man, let me tell you, it's so long. It's so long to get to where you want to be. You got to become consistent with challenging yourself every day. A lot of people compete against everybody else. Chuck said something, and he brought up those deck of cards. Those deck of cards for me started at 10 years old. So my competitions that was between everybody else, it really started when I was 10 years old because of my grit. I realized it was going to be the long route for me to get where I needed to go. You think about championships and how you get there. It's a process. Now watch this. You got to embrace the gifts of life, because if you do, you will appreciate everything. But you got to ask yourself, what's a true gift? Because everything somebody gives you ain't necessarily a gift. It's what you actually can use to better yourself. And then some people can give you a different gift, a gift that you don't want to pick up again. The only way you will appreciate everything in life is if you embrace the gifts of life, the gifts of hope, the gifts of joy, the gifts of servanthood, the gifts of fatherhood, the gift of, when you learn how to grab life and become the example for someone else. Listen to me, purely the example. That's why so many people are still depressed and they got jobs and they got money and they got $1 million homes. They got everything they want, but they're missing the gifts of life. The gifts of life is actually conversating with somebody that you don't know. Helping an elder, helping a youngster understand that don't go down my path, choose your path. But the only way to choose your paths is you better figure out the difference of the detours and distractions very quickly. I want to round up really quick because Chuck gave me a lot to think about. He gave me a lot when you think about looking up. A lot of people in the midst of pain, you like to look up and see what it looks like. Just keep your eye level. Because whether you look up at the top of the mountain or look down at your phone, you still can't see where you're going. The question is, where are you headed? I asked this question the last few weeks, right? Pick up something new. Try something new. So I want you to take these principles, and I want to finish this thing by telling you this. These are my takeaways. I want you to take these principles of life to understand why determination is a must. Your grit determines how far and how successful you will go in life. Listen to this. It's not who follows you. It's who you're leading. Because anybody can follow you, but have somebody following you and you got the wrong message, then you're never satisfied. Let me tell you something. Being satisfied in life is knowing that you're in your purpose. Chuck, going through cancer, and somebody that's battling through cancer. I just got through doing these videos for people who's going through it. And I'm telling you, keep your eye on the prize and believe it. Affirm what you want to be. I am healthy. I am able to be regular. I am a king. I am a queen. I am who I am. When you find yourself in your purpose, you understand that weapons may form, but they cannot prosper. Every day, you must find a new way to understand there are no excuses in life. There are no excuses in life. Sooner or later, you have to make up your mind to what you want to do in life. And successful people are only followed by the path that they lead. Listen to this, and I'm going to leave you with this last thing. When you wake up in the morning, if you're waking up doing the same thing, don't look for different results. If you wake up in the morning and you change the things that you once been doing for so many years, you can expect something new to happen before you go to bed that night. I guarantee it, because what you put out in the world, it's coming back to you. That's one thing about energy. That's one thing about karma. It's coming back to you. But it's what you put out. It's who you follow. It's what you download. It's not actually what somebody can give you. I saw a video the other day and I'm watching these people trading cars and like, oh, this person gave this person a car. That person gave that person a car. And I'm saying to myself, really? I get it. Some can see that as a gift of a friend. But I tell you what a true gift is. A true gift is somebody telling you the truth when you know your language is backwards. Of somebody telling you the truth when you know you need to be reading or understanding something else. A true friend is never a yes person. They're a person that stands for who they are and walks a straight and narrow path because of what they've endured. Once again, thank you. If this is your first time, I hope you got something good to come back, and everybody who's been connected. I got this one message from this kid. I won't mention his name. And this is how you know when you're in your purpose. He just said, thank you, Mr. Lewis, for introducing me to God. He said, I hadn't picked up my Bible in so long, and you know who you are. He said, but listening to your part, he said, my life has changed because now I found my purpose. Whether it's me, whether whoever it is, make sure who you're following can lead you to your purpose. God bless you. Have a beautiful, beautiful night wherever you may be. And we'll see you next week. We out.